Hey everybody, welcome to another Fish Tech video. We're going to do a bit of a deep dive into the new Hartebeespoort 2024 chart. There is an instructional video which just runs you through the basics of using the chart. I'll put a link to that in the instruction, or maybe a little, I don't know if I can put a little thumbnail in here somewhere where you guys can watch that and click on that. But this video, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into Hartebeespoort. And the reason why I want to do a deep dive into Hartebeespoort is because, once again, we keep doing these incredible things where we keep changing the game. And you'll see I'm using the words lately on my social media and my new articles in the SA Bass magazine. By the way, guys, SA Bass magazine, I started a new series there last month in July on electronics. I think it's called, it's high-tech bassing. I'll put a picture of it in somewhere, maybe behind me. High-tech bassing, SA Bass magazine. Get yourself a copy of that. Follow that every month. Part 2 is out this month in August. So have a look at that. Save yourself a lot of money. Save yourself 100,000 Rand straight off the bat in this part 2. Don't buy the wrong electronics. So many guys get caught. It's not that they get caught, or the salesman was trying to be dodgy or anything, but speak to the right people. Speak to the right people, buy the right thing. Easier said than done, I know. I'm not going to argue with you. So, yeah, get yourself that SA Bass magazine. Guys, let's get into the Harte's chart. For those of you who do not know where Harte's is, it's just west of Pretoria, South Africa, Gauteng. There we go. I'm going to zoom into it. Once you fill that up, there's obviously 3 primary areas: Meerhof, Schoemansville, Cosmos. Okay. The sediment. For those of you who know the chart, it's not fantastic. It's not a great chart. Keep in mind the survey was done in the 1920s, long time ago. At least that's when they built the damn wall. So they must have done it before that. The satellite, guys, unfortunately the satellite does not have, there isn't a nice low level satellite, unfortunately. I don't think they ever really let the dam level down. I lived there, I think we left in 1979, 80, somewhere around there, 81. While I was living there, the dam was apparently at its very, very lowest, and I remember that. I remember we lived on Waterfront Street, and from there down to the dam was quite a ways. So the dam dropped substantially, but that's way before satellite technology. 1979. I think the first satellite charts we get in South Africa is around 1985, 86, 87, somewhere around there. So obviously we don't have something like that for Hartebeespoort. And then a lot of the satellite imagery for Hartebeespoort is covered with hyacinth. So I think we did pretty well with this one here. I don't know exactly what the date was of this satellite, but it's not bad. Bird Island and that is pretty good. Yeah, it's a fair bit of hyacinth there, but it's not bad. It's not too bad. What else have we got? We've also got yes, our contour. We've got a high contrast contour. I didn't take that off the 2021 chart. I think it's quite nice for those of you who like that sort of thing. It's still up there. And then of course what we've done now is these two. There's the northeast, which is basically side scan up to that sort of 50, sub 60 foot. That was my primary target. Anything under 60 foot, it starts down here in the south, as you can see down here, just opposite Pekinwood on this bank there. That's where our north and east section is. We went into this towards the Crocodile River here, towards Meerhof. Very shallow, very sedimented, not that fantastic. You've got your Swartspruit, where the Swartspruit comes in. That's nicely covered. Obviously this area is fenced off here for the day visitors. There's a chain across there and we can't go in there. There's the little Ifafi launch area, little harbour. You can see that there, guys. Don't be careful of that type of thing. There's not many of them on this chart, but that's one that I know of where something got stuck on the transducer. There's a lot of rubbish in the water. Absolutely shocking. Terrible, terrible, terrible. There's a lot of debris on the bottom with sediment, old rotten hyacinth. You can imagine for what's it, 20, 40, 45 years, you know, they've been killing hyacinth, and then it rots and goes to the bottom, and it's, you know, it's a bit of a mess down there. And I was getting quite worried. This is quite a popular spot out here, and I was worried that the smaller details, like the old foundations and that type of thing, would be hidden by all this rotting debris on the bottom, but strangely not. I mean, if you look at that, that's pretty good. It's pretty clear. There's some great information there. It's in a nice targetable depth. You go a little bit deeper, you can see here the wind was picking up quite a bit, so we do have stabilization on our autonomous craft, but even with the stabilization, the side scan beam, especially at such a big range, is very, very sensitive. But even in that chop, the detail's great, you know. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, you know. Yeah, and then we went around this area here, around the corner. I know the name of this place, and I see I haven't put it on the chart. I've forgotten now. And another little example around this area. There's a sunken boat here. So, oh yeah, there it is. You can see there's a nice little sunken boat. You can see it quite clearly. What I find very strange about Hartebeespoort is I was expecting to see a lot of sunken boats. There's not. At least what I could see in the sub 60 foot range. Maybe out in the main channel going towards the port, there's more down there. But strangely enough, not that much. Very nice, interesting area here. While I'm here, I want to talk about this shallow water HD concept that I'm challenging, you know, that I've been promoting a lot on social media. I want my contours to be as accurate as possible. But if you want full coverage of a dam, like let's say you've got a very large flat area with lots of weeds and what have you, and then you've got a shoreline, you need to increase your interpolation on your data dramatically in order to reach that shoreline, because you couldn't get there with the boat, so you're getting the computer to actually generate those contours for you. That means that's not real data. You weren't there. The computer is guessing what would be the best case scenario, and it will put contours in there for you. A lot of charts that you buy today have, in fact, all the charts you buy today have incredibly high interpolation values, which takes away the accuracy. Now this here, if you look at this here, let's wipe this away here. I want to maximize this. Look how perfectly these contours match with the side scan mosaic. You see that? Incredible accuracy. And that's what I'm focusing on. I'm using the absolute minimum value permissible with the software. And that gives us fantastic accuracy. If you want to compare this to 2021, let's do that. Let's go to satellite in 2021. There it is there. It's not bad. Chart options. Let's go land only. Okay. But now you can start to see. Okay. That's 2021. High interpolation. Heavy computer generation taking place. Let's go back to now. This is northeast. Let's put our shaded relief on. Look at that. See how the contours match up with the shaded relief? Let's go back to computer generation. Satellite. Can you see the difference? When you are fishing this area or any area like this on this chart that has got the new 2024 data update, the only contours that are on the 2024, this Ultra HF 2024 Northeast and Southwest, the only contour data that is on there is shallow water HD contours, which means there's no shoreline. If we were driving right next to like a cliff face, different story, then good times. But we had to remove the shoreline, the actual shoreline itself, completely in order to reduce the, the interpolation taking place. So there, as you can see that? That's your old satellite. Here's our northeast. That's the only coverage that you've got. If you get out here and you're in this area here and you say, oh, I need contours, you need to go to satellite. And there's your contours there. High interpolation value. Okay? But the minute you start fishing and you start targeting these kind of areas, you'll see the contours are only where the boats actually went, to keep that interpolation to an absolute minimum. As in my instruction video, we've got photographs again all around the dam showing the various goodies that are in the water. There's this little, I don't know what this is, this whole group of junk with some reeds and whatnot in amongst that. I see the guys like to target that. Another thing that's on this chart is view. You'll see a lot of these around the dam, and basically this is an image where I've just taken the drone up quite a bit. I think our limit is about 240 feet to keep it legal, and it's just to give you, I don't know how much fishing value it is, but it's to give you an idea of what the dam looked like on that particular day. This was in July, end of July 2024, and you can see that hyacinth in the middle there. It just kept moving backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and it was an absolute nightmare. So obviously you can do very little in that to even drive a boat through that. And guys, I saw a couple of guys on the one Saturday in their bass boats, trim up 100 k's an hour, flying through this. Guys, if you know what's in that, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. The size of logs and stumps that are traveling with that hyacinth, if you hit that with your trim up, I'm telling you, you might think, yeah, I'll get thrown out the boat and I'll go for a swim and it's cool. Yeah. What happens if you get thrown out the boat and you fall into another log, you personally, or a nice big floating tree with some branches on it, and take one of those through the chest? It's overs cadavers. It's checkout time. So please don't go flying through this hyacinth. It's the hyacinth isn't the problem. It's the rubbish that hyacinth is like a railway system for all this junk and this rubbish and stumps and plastic and just everything you can imagine. Terrible stuff. So yeah, and there's lots of those around the dam. There's another one there. I don't know if I've showed you this one yet. It's just from a different perspective down near Schoemansville side, more looking up towards the Poort, towards the dam wall. They really just put in there just because they're nice and pretty. But guys, keep in mind from a fishing perspective, the game has changed with these charts. Absolutely changed completely. You'll notice I've put the shaded relief on top of the Ultra HF. It's something that I didn't do before. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to minimize the steps to view the various charts. So basically, if you're on Ultra HF Northeast, everything is going to happen on Ultra HF Northeast. You're going to have your satellite, you're going to have your Ultra HF, you're going to have your shaded relief, you're going to have your colored isobaths. Everything is there. If you end up in a situation where you need to get rid of the contours, you're concentrating on something and it gets a little bit too busy with the contours like that, and you say no, I don't want those contours there, again in the categories, just turn them off, and that's your contours off. Okay, but for now we're going to turn them on. There was another area. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's just have a look down here on the southwest side. Southwest side is all the southern area going all the way around. You'll see the coverage goes all the way around. Around here, the Peakenwood estate. I've just noticed there's a satellite missing there. Oh, I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, okay. That will be fixed before the first one goes out, guys. There's a satellite missing there. Just want to double check that the other one didn't have a missing. No, the other one's fine. It's got all its satellite. For some reason, the southwest. Huh, okay. I'll sort that out. But yeah, there's some great information here. I don't want to zoom in too much and give too much away, because there's some real amazing gems here. Some really good stuff. And when you see it, when you spot it for the first time, you're going to be, wow. This area here past the bridge, a lot of people were very disappointed with the first chart that there was no Ultra HF mosaic for this area. So this area is done completely. The only area we got told to get out of was this area here, in the Machalis River. There's a buoy line or pipe across here, idle only zone. Went in there, did a shoreline, and then a bucky came up to us and said to us, guys, out, you guys are not allowed inside here. So we got out of there. So and they said, I said, we are making fishing charts. I said nobody's allowed to fish in there. So I cannot confirm or deny that, but I wasn't going to argue with the guy. He looked quite serious, and he obviously doesn't want us in there. So that is the Hartebeespoort 2024 chart. Guys, you know what to do. You get a hold of Colleen. The guys that have the old 2021 version, if you've got a valid or current Fish Tech subscription, it's free. All you're going to pay for is the courier or postnet. Get your old chart back to us, the old SD card. We send you a new one, no charge whatsoever. For the guys that didn't buy the previous one at the discounted price because the coverage was so poor, you're going to have to pay the new price. It's 3,910 Rand. For those watching this video in the future, this is August 2024. So if this is in 2030, don't ask for that price. the video is done in 2024. And yeah, get Colleen to send it to you. I think it takes on average 2 to 3 days. And yeah, and once again, guys, sit at home. Put this on, take your unit, connect it up to your TV, put on a nice big 70-inch TV, whatever you got. Before the family gets home, or wife wants to put the soapies on or whatever, and just go through these charts. And there's some real, when I was building this chart, it was very exciting. There was so much boring nothing, and then all of a sudden, boom. And if you think about it, that's what makes a chart extra special, where there's so much of nothing, which means you're not going to be wasting your time on the water. You're going to be going to all those key spots, one after the other, which is fantastic stuff. And guys, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this new chart. If there's anything, any information you think that I've got wrong or need to add or whatever, please let me know. And we will look into having that sorted out. But I think this chart is going to be exactly what you need. Thanks for watching the video, and who knows where we're going to go next. I have a couple of ideas. We've had quite a few requests, but we'll see. Guys, thank you, as I said, and see you next time.